Good afternoon, my fellow Leos and Lions. Welcome to the Multiple District 60 Virtual Leo Forum. My name is Lion Shifani Finn, and I'm the MD60 Leo Chairperson. We are glad to be part of the virtual multiple district mid-year conference, and we have great activities planned for our 2-hour sessions with the Leo Forum. What we have planned, first we will start with a roundtable discussion with Alpha Leos, Omega Leos, and Lions from both District 60A and 60B. And the topic we will be discussing is how do we ensure that Leoism stays alive in multiple District 60. We have asked all the panelists to present a 3-minute intervention on this general topic, and we are excited to observe the different opinions and perceptions. And after that, we will have a presentation about the new Leo Lion program to learn about the program eligibility, the benefits, and appealing clock options to support the way you want to serve in that Leo Lion program. So let's start. But before we start the roundtable discussion, I will introduce our diverse panel. First off, we have Leo Akil Melchior, a 15-year-old student of the St. Mary's College. One of his latest and most profound achievements so far is that of his installation as the president of the Ewanora Plains Leo Club. Before his rise in rank, Akil served in the position of vice president and projects chairperson. Some of his hobbies include reading, swimming, speaking to the elderly, and caring for animals. We also have Leo Elizabeth Groot from District 60A. Leo Elizabeth is a 17-year-old Alpha Leo from the Paramaribo East Leo Club. And Leo Elizabeth perceives the Leo Club as a good place where you learn to work with peers while doing good things for society. We also have on our panel Leo Denique Gale, and she describes herself as a kind, determined, and ambitious young lady. And Denique is 17 years old of the Manning School, and this aspiring attorney seeks to establish her footing in the world of philanthropy from a young age. Her philosophy states, what you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. She aims to make a difference in this world, and with her involvement in this club, it is a small step in the right direction. We also have Lion Falana. Lion Falana currently is employed as an assistant office manager at an attorney's chambers. At the age of 20, she became a Leo at the first Tacarigua Leo Club. It was later transferred to the Leo Club of Port of Spain North in 2007. Lion Falana transitioned to Lionism in 2013 by joining the Lions Club of Port of Spain North. She served as a club secretary for 2 consecutive fiscal years and is currently holding the position of club service chairperson. She says, it brings my heart comfort when I see the smiles on the faces of those I have helped, and I will continue to do this as long as I can because that comfort makes me very happy. We also have Leo Lorelei Robertson, a Mega Leo from District 60B, and she is 20 years old, and she's in the Ministry of Finance of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And after being inducted into the Leo Club of St. Vincent in 2018, she quickly became to hone her leadership skills by serving on the board of directors. L'Oreal has dedicated much of her time and effort to increasing the visibility of the club and developing personal growth opportunities for its members. This has inspired her to incorporate her own youth membership program named Each One, Reach One Foundation to financially and developmentally aid secondary school students in need. We have Leo Odell Bascom, Omega Leo from District 60A, also on the panel. And he is a young and enthusiastic person that is always willing to assist. He was born in Georgetown, Guyana, and grew up in a humble household. Leo Odell has a degree in business management and a master's in business administration, and is currently the general manager of Metro Office and Computer Supplies, Guyana's largest stationery supply store. He became a member of the Rumfeld Leo Club in 2011 because he wanted to serve the less fortunate and underprivileged. He spearheaded numerous projects and served in nearly all of the board positions, including president in the fiscal year 2013-2014. Leo Bascom now serves as the Leo Associate of Guyana. And we also have a lion from District 60B, also a former Leo, that is Lion Paula. And in 2006, the Lions Club of New Kingston embarked on a recruitment drive encouraging its members to identify and invite young professionals to join the Lions movement. From that initiative, Lion Paula was introduced and inducted in 2007 as member of the Leo Club of New Kingston. And later in 2010, she transitioned to the Lions Club of New Kingston. She's a strong believer in the Brandon Bookhart saying, to get ahead, we have to congruent with the best within ourselves. She strives for excellence in all areas of her life. So that's the first diverse panel for the roundtable discussion. As you see, we have Alpha Leos, Omega Leos, and we have Lions, and these Lions were also all former Leos. So that will give a different perspective to the discussion. This discussion will be moderated by our moderator today, Michelle Belfort, who is a youth advocate and UN coordination consultant. A little more information on who Michelle Belfort is. Michelle is a 22-year-old sexual reproductive health and rights advocate and a coordination consultant for the United Nations Suriname. She started her advocacy journey in 2015 as a member of the Youth Advisory Group of the UNFPA and has helped her develop commitment, leadership, and organizational skills to continue working on the norms and values that she believes in. In 2016, Michelle became a member of the Leo Club Gadocho and has served as a member of the Leo Associate Team for 2017, October to June. So she's also a former Leo. Michelle has represented Suriname on international level as the first woman delivered young leader in 2018. And as of October 2020, Michelle is the official representative for the Caribbean region in the United Nations Women's Young Task Force for Beijing 25. Michelle strongly believes in using South-South cooperation as a mechanism to further the 2030 agenda for sustainable development and therefore participates in various regional platforms to advocate for sexual reproductive health and rights, peace, and youth development. Michelle is currently in her second year of completing her undergraduate degree in meteorology at the University of Arizona. So now that you have met our panelists and our moderator for our roundtable discussion, I would hand the meeting over to Michelle. But before I do that, it is a roundtable discussion. Yes, we have panelists, but we do expect you all to join in the discussion. So how do you join the discussion? By participating in the discussion, you can send your remarks, your opinions, your perspective in the comment section. And of course, the team working behind the screen will send all that information to the moderator, So everyone is included in this discussion. So Michelle, you can go ahead.
Thank you very much, Lai and Shifani. Welcome, everyone. I want to greet, first of all, the lions that we have in our midst and also the Leos. I want to thank you all for joining this roundtable discussion. We have, as of now, 137 participants, which is a very big engaging crowd. So I would indeed encourage you all to use the comment section if you have any questions to keep it engaging. It's an honor for me to be able to be the moderator for this session, not only as a former Leo, but as an individual. I think it's always I believe that it's amazing to have so many young people still be engaged in volunteerism, and that it really truly helps us achieve a better world. I believe that volunteerism allows you to connect to your community and make it a better place. And it's also a two-way street. It can benefit you and your family as much as the cause you choose to help. And I know, as a former Leo, that the Leo Club objective is to provide the youth of the world with an opportunity for development and contribution, individually and collectively, as responsible members of the local, national, and international community. To start off this roundtable discussion, we have an amazing panel that will share not only their experience, but also the way forward. And we'll be starting with our first panel member, Leo Akil, which will be focusing on engaging and empowering Leos. And I want to invite Leo Akil to join us and take the floor and share his experience and his intervention. Lion Shafani, is it possible to feature Leo Akil on the big screen so that we can all see him? Thank you.
Are you ready? Go.
One moment, please, Leo Akil. Yes, please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. Youth engagement is the result of when young people are involved in responsible, challenging actions to create positive social change. This means involving youth in making decisions that affect themselves and others. Ways to ensure youth engagement and empowerment among our clubs is firstly through leadership. By confronting the youth with leadership roles, or the so-called passing the torch, is a great way to empower the youth and foster positive attributes among members. Delegating responsibilities and evening the workload provides each member a chance to get involved and actively participate in each and every activity. Leaders, I ask that you exercise peer mentorship to support all your members while exercising humility. Realize and accept you are not always right, and be willing to accept new and better ideas from your peers. Also through your experiences. For this part, I speak to the Leos themselves. Your activities, projects, and fundraisers should be new, fun, and compelling. Choose projects that require a bit more intricate planning, that they are innovative, a bit out of your comfort zone maybe, but achieve your purpose in a new and exciting way. This will help to keep members interested and constantly engaged in club affairs, as well as provide amazing experiences and form good relationships among club members. Youth engagement and participation is very important to set an example and encourage other Leos to do the same. Leos should find joy and pride in their efforts and contributions through our opportunities. Just like the opportunity presented to me today and the other Leos and Lions on this panel, to voice their concerns and empower others, I also believe that if we continue to provide Leos with opportunities like this, to make an impact, we can expect better outcome from our Leo members and have a better and promising future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Leo Akil. That was very amazing. And I think Lion Shifani mentioned that you are 15 years old, and that is just amazing to have young people engage at such a young age. And I think that sets an example of the importance of Leoism in engaging young people with their community. And I love that you emphasized youth engagement, because we need more young people to engage in volunteerism. We have more young people in the world than ever before, and that gives us an unprecedented chance for economic growth and also to achieve sustainable development. We're moving forward to our next panelist, and participants, please remember, if you have any questions for Leo Akil, please feel free to use the comment section. And just looking at the comment section, they're all very excited and they said that you did a great job. So we're moving forward to the next panelist, which is Leo Adele. And Leo Adele will continue on engagement of Leos through various activities. We know that Leo clubs organize a lot of activities on the ground, bringing together the community, connecting the community, not only with, oh my, sorry, yeah, I turned off my video by accident. Connecting the community with each other and connecting young people to the community. And Leo Adele will elaborate more on that, on the various activities and how they are engaging Leos. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Lion Belfour, and thank you for the opportunity to present. Well, in view of the question that was highlighted, having Leos and prospective Leos, even potential Leos, participate in different projects such as fundraisers and these different service activities is definitely a way to get more engagement, as Akil would have mentioned, and to actually get them to be more involved. See, the central point is that involvement of the different persons in the different areas will get them to feel more a sense of belonging. For example, Maslow mentioned in his hierarchy needs belonging as one of the key things that persons feel. So it is in actually participating in these different projects that persons get to come, they get camaraderie, they get to involvement, they feel it. It's, for me, for example, when I served as president, and even within the different communities within the club, committees within the club, you get to plan projects, you have that experience. And then of course, planning is just one phase of it. You actually have to go and execute. And in that, you have these different nuances. You have to deal with persons, you have to organize things, and you have this experience. Remember, E in Leoism stands for experience. So you have that experience, and you not only lead L as in Leo, but you have the opportunity to interact with other persons. So you see the whole Leo. And the general point is that you feel like a Leo when you actually get involved in different activities. So that is essentially the point I'm trying to make as a Leo. You get to plan, you get to interact with persons, you get to find the different nuances. Okay, this works, this does not work. How do we deal with this? How do we get better involvement with the community? How do we organize projects? Do we have to crash? Do we have to speed up? How do we exactly go about doing certain things? Do we get advice? How do we make decisions? All of these things, and the involvement that goes along with it, is what essentially brings persons to the club. And for me, the whole point of all of this is to bring more commitment, more involvement. As you see, when you feel more part of something, you feel like you belong, you're more committed to the cause. It's not just somebody handing something down on you saying, oh, you gotta do this or you gotta do what. It's actually being a part of it. You feel more involved, and then you find that persons actually go out and bring more persons in. They become better ambassadors when they become more involved. So to actually want to keep Leoism alive, we have to keep our youths engaged and more involved. So thank you so very much for that. That ends my presentation.
Thank you, Lion Odell. I take away from your intervention, to keep Leoism alive, we have to keep them engaged. I believe that the community projects around the world organized by Leos and Lions, especially in MD60, play an important role in the development of society. And I strongly believe that if we're part of something greater, that will definitely advance the engagement and help promote Leoism. Going further, moving on, we are going to I'm going to introduce our next panelist, which is Leo L'Oreal. And Leo L'Oreal will talk about membership growth, more alpha, school-based and community-based. Welcome, Leo L'Oreal, and feel free to take the floor.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Leo L'Oreal from St. Vincent, and I was tasked with speaking more about membership growth and how we can ensure Leoism stays alive through that. So one thing that we all know is because of our system, every few years we are going to lose Leos because they age out of the program. As we know that Leos are only allowed to serve up to the age of 30. And so we need to focus mostly on replenishing those numbers. And I think the best way to do that is to engage those who are under 18. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines right now, we do not have Alpha Leo clubs. It's not something that is really focused upon here. In fact, until I joined the Omega Leo Club, I did not know of the existence of Alpha clubs. And I think that is something that really needs to change in order for us to keep building Leoism. And so I think that we need to be engaging the schools, the communities, to pull the young people out to get involved in service. I find that when they are exposed to it at a younger age, they are more likely to continue on. So for example, myself, I was a girl guide and a young leader while I was in high school. And so that foundation made me want to get involved in service organizations as an adult. And so I believe that by implementing alpha clubs within the school system, within the community system, we will be able to foster that desire to serve, foster that personal development from early, so that by the time they get older and they want to transition, there is an easier transition into Leo clubs as well as into Lions clubs. And on top of that, they will be more, what do you say? There's a greater likelihood that they would be more engaged and they would be more dedicated as they understand from an early age why it is that we do what we do. I think we also need to be very innovative with how we approach getting persons at that age, because we are in a more technological new world where engagement is not the same. So we need to find innovative ways to attract young people to the clubs and to make service something that is attractive and something that they would want to do because they see the merits of it moving forward in life and how it can benefit them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Leo L'Oreal. And I do agree with the point that you have made of engaging the younger group into Leoism. I think I also believe that if people are engaged at a young age, it becomes their primary organization. Aside from that, there are a lot of benefits from being a Leo that for development opportunities that you learn, and I think that's definitely a good second environment for any young person to be in and to just help shape who they are as individuals. Thank you very much. We'll continue with Lion Falana, and participants, please feel free to use the comment section, the chat box, if you have any questions. I noticed that a hand was raised. Please feel free to include your question in the comment box, and I'll be sure to mention it to the panel members after Lion Falana. Lion Falana will talk about mentorship with former Leos. And I think this is a very interesting topic, because I also noticed that Lion Bernice had made one comment on that it's important for lions to engage the Leos at their level, and giving Lion Falana the opportunity now to take the floor for her intervention.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm here this afternoon to present on mentorship with former Leos, as I was a Leo myself. Let me start off by saying what is mentorship. It is a process whereby an experienced person or friend guides a less experienced person by building trust, by modeling positive behaviors, and by teaching and supporting the mentee in their personal and professional development. I'm going to just give you a little more insight on my experience as a Leo. In my very early days of Leoism, after joining the organization and not quite understanding what Leos was about, I met a Leo from another club, and she gave me a lot more insight on it. I eventually got myself transferred to her club, of course. Now, I was still very new to this Leo's thing, but my new friend was my support. She would call or message and encourage me to attend meetings. She would also ask questions if I am sure in terms of where I'm going, where the den is, are you going to reach on time? Do you need someone to pick you up? So she was always giving me that support I needed. I couldn't have asked for a better mentor. As the time went by, my understanding of Leoism developed, my participation grew, and my name became known. As a Leo, I was encouraged to interact with others, both young and old. I was able to provide support as little as it may be. I developed team skills. My communication skills grew, and I became more respectful. I became more responsible, and I showed more appreciation. My friend was my support and guiding tool all the way. This brought more understanding as to why I wanted to remain a Leo. It also gave me a further sense of understanding why I should help others, why I should serve, and why, when I put a smile on someone else's face, it made my heart happy. My friend moved on to becoming a lion, and that was another chapter that I wanted to fulfill as well. I served at the highest point, Leo president, for my club. It actually was the only post I held. That year, the club was awarded the Leo Club Excellence Award from Lions International, and it was safe for me to say that that award was also awarded to my Leo friend, for she was with me all the way, encouraging, supporting, and chanting in the background, "You can do this." She continued to support and directed me to do my best and achieve the highest outcomes wherever possible. And with that support, I was able to encourage and mentor others to join Leoism as well. I eventually went on to becoming a lion, like my Leo friend, and we continue to serve alongside each other. I would like to take this opportunity to encourage all Leos, and by extension, lions, to find yourself that Leo friend and become that person you can be with their help and support. Don't be afraid to continue the trend by being the mentors for new Leos and perspectives. You can encourage everyone. You can be encouraging as little as asking, "Do you need a drop to the meeting? Can I pick you up? Do you need me to help you with anything?" The littlest of support and encouragement can continue to assist in mentoring that person to becoming a Leo, to remaining a Leo, and even to further go on to becoming a lion. It does not only do us well, but having an impact so great on someone else's life can be the greatest feeling ever. So again, I encourage you to encourage others so we can keep Leos alive in our multiple District 60. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lion Falana, and that actually brings me back to some memories of the Lion Club, just picking up each other, dropping each other off. We had something called the Leo Taxi, and that would be the designated person that actually drops everybody off at home after the meeting. But it was just always amazing for me to see that so many young people were just determined to join the meetings and be engaged, that they would often just want to be there, and then afterwards worry on how they would go home, and just how helpful Leos are as a whole. Thank you very much, Lion Falana, of emphasizing mentorship with former Leos. We'll continue to Leo Elizabeth, that will talk about more exposure for Lionism And I think that's a very interesting topic, because going back to what Leo L'Oreal said, I think it complements the importance of people out there knowing that there actually are Leo clubs and how to be able to join one and to keep Leoism alive. So allow me to introduce Leo Elizabeth.
Yes, hello everyone. To ensure Leoism stays alive in District 60, I think it's important we have more exposure and more leadership-related activities. By promoting ourselves more in our own countries, a lot of people would get to know us and would even like to join our clubs. Ways we can do this is by holding online fairs and presentations in schools. During those presentations, we could tell who we are, what we stand for, how we join and how you could join, and all the projects we have done so far. Lions who were Leos in their youth could also come and talk about their experience with being a Leo and how it helped becoming a lion, because I think a lot of people would like to know from someone who has already experienced that. Another way to have more exposure in our own countries is by holding joint projects with other Leo clubs. That way we can also get more exposure in our own Leo Lion community, and you will reach a bigger audience than if you do a project alone. Another way to ensure Leoism stays alive in District 60 is by having more leadership-related activities. Leo stands for leadership, exposure, and opportunity, as we all know. And by exploring the leadership aspect more, I believe more Leos will apply Leoism in different aspects of their lives. When we encourage to explore the leadership aspect more, I believe the leadership skills we already have would become bigger, and it would also help manifest them for life. Ways we can have leadership trainings is by having a lion come and speak, or hold debates between different clubs, or encourage Leos to really become chairs for projects, and etc. That was my stance on this topic. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Leo Elizabeth. We'll continue to Lion Paula, and I see some questions in the comment box. Please be reassured that we will highlight these questions. We will have a Q&A after the interventions of the panelists. I will continue with Lion Paula, and Lion Paula will talk about holding sponsoring Lions Club accountable for their Leos. Welcome, Lion Paula. I encourage you to take the floor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Just to start off, I am in full agreement with what everybody else has put on the table. But
hi, Lion Paula. Is it me or is the sound a bit off?
Are you hearing now? Is it better now?
Yes, now it's much better. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Afternoon again, everyone. As I was mentioning earlier, I'm in agreement with what the other panelists have put forward as suggestions, but let's take it a step further. For Leoism to stay alive in the multiple district, we all have a responsibility. And one of my personal convictions is that our Lions Club are not being held accountable for these Leo clubs. Now, after a Lion Club starts a Leo Club, have the Leo Club certified, what happens? Sometimes the Leos don't see their Lions anymore. They're not interacting with them as much. They're basically left on their own and expected that other Leos will assist them. But our Lions Club need to be active, just as active. Similarly to when a parent has a child, you go through the growth of the child in the stomach, you go through the labor pains, and you go through the birthing of the child. You don't get up one day and decide that, oh well, you know,
go and work it out on your own in the world, become an adult. You stay around and you assist the child, whatever issues they have in their life and each step they have during their life's journey. So that hand holding needs to continue to take place with the Leo clubs. As mentioned in my biography, well, not my biography, my short introduction of who I am, I came in through the movement by an invitation by a lion. That lion happened to be my boss at the time. And even now, as much as she's not as actively involved in the movement, she still checks up and finds out what's going on with me. But that was her means of ensuring that I am still around, I'm sticking around, I am doing what I need to do. There are times when you really have the downtime, even as a Leo, and you get a little frustrated. She is my sounding board. I can take up the phone, give her a call, and she is my sounding board. But what I find happens at the zone, region, and district levels, that the Lions are not really asked to account for their Leo clubs. The Leos are asked to do stuff on their own, which is fine. But at what stage do we hold these Lions club accountable for creating a Leo club, and then all of a sudden they're not being represented at any stage of the movement? A presentation that was made on Thursday from the representative from Rotary International, she mentioned having the Rotaracts participate in the meetings, the board meetings, and the projects of the Rotary Club. We probably need to investigate some of these suggestions as well as what is shared here today, and probably that will help the Leos to grow more as a movement in the multiple district and to become stronger. Because if persons see that people are interested in them, they will bring other persons along with them. Can you imagine you're being a part of something and nobody pays any attention? You're not going to share it with anybody else. And that's what happens with the Leo clubs most time. They're part of the club, and that's it. That's it at the end of the day. They don't tell their friends because the kind of attention that they hope to get within the movement, they're not getting it. Why bring somebody else along? Leah Elizabeth mentioned letting persons know what the Leah movement is doing. Lions Club will do projects, and they're in the newspaper and they're talking about all these Lions Club activities, but they're not talking about what the Leah clubs are doing. So how will persons become interested? How will the movement become stronger? We all have a responsibility as a Lion to ensure that the movement gets the kind of stage that it needs to get for it to grow and to be stronger within the district.
Thank you very much, Lion Paula. And actually, I do have a question for you, and that you spoke about holding the Lion clubs accountable for their Leos. What would this accountability look like specifically for you to start off?
All right, I had served as secretary treasurer for regions 1 and 4 within our district 60B, and what I found happening that when the Leo clubs disintegrate, you will reach out to a Lions club and find out what is happening to this Leo club. Nobody has a response, and it didn't just disintegrate over time. It disintegrated overnight. Sorry, it disintegrated over time. But you find that at a zone meeting, nobody's saying. You rarely hear what's going, Lion President, what is happening with your Leo clubs? What projects are they participating in? Or you rarely hear a project being that the Lions Club is doing and they indicate that their Leos are an active part of this project. Sometimes there's no Leo report and it's not presented from the Lions Club level. So you will hear it, but it's not something that is you hear very often. It's not something that you can look forward to hearing. It's always, oh, the Leo Club is not here, and then there's no representation.
Thank you, Lion Paula. I just want to reiterate what Lion Bernice, Lion Beatrice, sorry, had said in the chat box is that, one way to keep Leoism alive is by engagement. Lions need to engage the Leos at their level and give them a voice and let them feel empowered and give them the opportunity to grow. For me, I think honestly, it's also the intergenerational connection that we have, young people being guided by people who have been there before, and it brings something different to the table because we have new innovative ideas, but also a lot of experience. And I think that collaboration, it needs to continue, but also the accountability is very important. Thank you very much, Lion Paula. And we'll continue with the last point. Yes, sorry, I think I had all the panel members. Lion Shefani, please let me know if I have missed someone, because then we'll continue to the Q&A. Sorry. Leo Donique. How could I have missed that? Yes, sorry. Leo Donique is also one of the Leos that will have an intervention during this session. And Leo Donique will have one interesting topic, which I have noted actually, connecting us, and we've chosen this to be the last topic because I think that will mark the closing of the panelists, and then we will continue to the Q&A. So Leo Donique, I encourage you to take the floor.
Good day, everyone. Thank you for having me. I begin with verbatim from Richard Hanson, which states, "Succeeding in business is all about making connections." Leos are essentially the nucleus of the Lions movement. Therefore, its existence is crucial in the endurance of the Lions movement, as ideally, what we would all want is for all young Leos to transition into Lions at some point in the future. Leos and Lions together form a powerful alliance, where both groups each have values which can be shared. With the innovative ideas of the Leos alongside the knowledge and years of experience of the Lions, this partnership was made for success. However, for this to happen, communication is a key factor which must be involved throughout this process. Connecting the Leos and the Lions is what will ensure that Leoism stays alive in Multiple District 60. As if we communicate with each other, we will be able to share resources, knowledge, and skills to be able to work together. Leoism would stay alive because a firm connection with the Lions Club International would provide Leos with more opportunities to remain active within the multiple district. Firstly, the Lions could host workshops. This would provide the perfect opportunity for Lions to educate Leos on various topics or matters, whether it be service related or even just life lessons or skills that must be shared. Theoretically, these sessions would be full of potential as they would be engaging, empowering, and most importantly, educational. This now would further fuel the connection tank as the Lions would impart their knowledge on us young people. This will inevitably bring us closer together while opening the door of opportunities for Leos. This is important in keeping Leoism alive, as if you equipped us with the tools to become active within the district, it is highly likely that that shall happen. In addition to my first proposal, Lions could also invite Leos to club meetings. The opportunity to have a seat at your table will allow us to feel like our voice matters. We would have the first-hand knowledge on the proceedings of the club and be able to observe the meeting to see what us Leos need to embody in ours. This would further solidify the connection between us, and it is through this firm connection that I believe is the key in keeping Leos active in Multiple District 60. Furthermore, one important tool that is essential in preserving Leoism is funding. Providing that the Leo clubs, the Lions clubs rather, have adequate funds available, helping us Leos with our events would be extremely beneficial. That alone could be a catalyst in keeping Leoism alive. The next proposal that I have is for Lions to host award ceremonies for Leos. As if members were recognized for their hard work and dedication, this would definitely make them inclined to remain active within the multiple districts. My last proposal, which captures my message about connection, is for the Lions to host socials. This would provide the Lions with the perfect opportunity to get to know us on a more personal level, pick at our young minds and get a hold of our collective plans and goals. Find out why we wanted to be a part of this extraordinary movement. One of the socials could include a Caribbean link-up. This is feasible considering the integration of the various online platforms in all our lives during this pandemic. This would be such an exciting event to attend, as both Leos and Lions from all over the Caribbean would get the opportunity to interact with each other and share our love for service, which would essentially aid in keeping Leoism alive. That ends my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Leo Donique. That was very amazing. I think that was an amazing closing of the panelist intervention. Thank you very much. And we'll now continue to the Q&A. We had a lot of questions in the comments box, and we're going to highlight these questions and invite panel members to answer these questions. Some questions really touch base on the topic of engagement, and the rest of the question on the mentorship from from the Lions. The first question that I will be highlighting is that Akil and Leo Odell talked about engagement of Leos, engaging and empowering Leos, and Leo Odell touched base on engagement of Leos through various activities. And there was a question of what would the engagement look like? And I think that when we're talking about what would the engagement look like in maybe the more broader sense, or maybe reiterate the answers that you had listed. So Akil and Leo Odell, please feel free to take the question.
I think I already answered the question in the Q&A, but what I was saying is that once your members are actively engaged and satisfied with the work that is going on within the club, that you can recognize the impact that your club is having, and it is a positive impact. I believe that's what youth engagement should look like.
Okay, thank you very much, Leo Akil. We're moving to the next question, and that question is about the Alpha Leos. And the question is, how will you keep hold of Alpha Leos interested in the Leo movement in the minority and do not have an Alpha? Okay, sorry, I'll try to rephrase the question. How will you keep the Alpha Leos interested in the Leo movement in the minority areas that do not have Alpha clubs? However, there is an Omega club. Is it possible to keep them active? However, if there is an Omega club, is it possible to keep them active in the Omega club? I think that question would apply to Leo L'Oreal, that spoke about more Alpha clubs and more membership growth. Leo L'Oreal? Or any panel member, feel free to take this question. Hello. Should I maybe repeat the question? The question.
Sorry, no, you don't. Sorry, I was just thinking about the question. I'm not sure if the Alpha Leos can be formed either in schools or communities. It don't necessarily have to be a school. It don't have to be school-based. It can be community-based. So if it is that they are enough to start a community-based Alpha clubs, and they have a relationship with their Omega club, it will help them transition into the Omega Leo club when the time is right. But if it is that there's not enough, and yes, it is possible to keep them active in the Omega club. It is possible to keep them active by having them participate in whatever projects that the Omega club is doing. That relationship is important as well, because if they are transitioning from Alpha to Omega, it will make, they will look forward to transitioning to being Lands in the future. I hope I understood the question correctly and responded accordingly.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lion Paula. The next question states that I'm not sure if this is a unique to my club, to the club in my area. However, it has been observed that while our Leo clubs continue to grow and attract new members, and this question is by Sinovia, if I apologize if I mispronounce your name. I am not sure if this is unique to the club in my area. However, it has been observed that while our Leo clubs continue to grow and attract new members, there has been a worrying trend towards low levels of interest and participation of males in both Alpha and Omega clubs. What strategies can we use to tackle the issue and encourage greater participation of young males in our Leo clubs?
If I may, could I answer the question quickly? This goes into the
Yes, Leo Odell.
goes back to the concept of engagement. Akil would have mentioned similar, but my understanding of engagement is actually keep the interest of persons. And in this case, they mentioned particularly males. So a method that could be used is to actually see what would interest them, provided that it falls within the ambit of the club, and then try to get them actively involved in those things, have them spearhead different projects and actually have them lead and participate, and that should raise the level of engagement and ultimately lead to them being more involved and committed to the club. So definitely I don't want to bring in the whole aspect of gender into it, as far as we mentioned males, but perhaps what might maybe female dominated club, you think about something like that. Maybe is it the projects that males view as more feminine? What is it exactly that is causing them to lose particularly, and what is it that we would get to actually interest in males in particular for them to actually become more involved and engaged? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Leo Odell. And I have one final question. I have actually one question. That's more in relation to COVID-19. We know that COVID-19. We haven't talked about it since the discussion started, but I think we're very much all living in the reality and we know it's there. Kind of happy to not have heard it. It was like, oh, finally, no COVID-19 discussion, but it's one you really can't leave out. And during challenging times of COVID-19 and even considering the socio-economic impact, we know that volunteerism all over the world kind of has taken a hit because in order to volunteer, young people especially have to be able to volunteer their time first. And it has become challenging times even to move, go out, and everything is virtually. And I'm just wondering from an outside point of view, what strategies do the Leo clubs have in place to attract new members to the organization? For any panel member, is Leo L'Oreal, would you like to take the question? Yes, please unmute. Yes.
Hi, sure. So I think St. Vincent may have been an anomaly, really, when it came to the whole situation of COVID-19, because we didn't actually go into lockdown at any point. So what happened is that when the pandemic really just started, we suspended all our projects and programs and everything, took our meetings virtually, tried to maintain the engagement with those who were members, and to do a lot more social media engagement just to maintain the visibility of the club. But I think about May, we were able to start coming back out, but we did make some changes into how often we would engage the public face to face, especially when it came to things like our homeless feedings. But we have still tried to maintain our visibility. And one thing that we've been working towards to build membership is to do basically a one person bring one person, where we build up our current members to feel engaged, to feel what do you call it? To feel like they're like to feel active, to be active and everything, and it kind of spills over into them taking it upon themselves to promote the club to their peers. And through that, that's how we've been bringing in new members, because within this Lionistic year, we've already inducted 4 new members, and we tend to have maybe 1 new person coming every few months. So, and that is just because of the visibility that we've been trying to maintain. So that's something that can be worked towards over time, despite COVID in the other countries.
Thank you, Leo L'Oreal. Thank you very much. And that's why I especially love spaces where people across the region connect, because we can learn from another, from what your Leo Club is doing, and maybe how we can implement that into our Leo Club, these strategies. So I have 3 hands raised, and since we have a bit more time, I will allow Lion Diana Lee, Gil Hudson, and Joan to take the floor. I will start with Lion Diane Lee, I believe the name is, to take the floor, and you have 30 seconds to share your views, or maybe you would like to answer the question. Please go ahead. So, Lion Diana Lee, are you able to unmute your mic, or do you not have that setting? Please let me know in the comment section, because sometimes it's not possible if you're not a panelist. Oh, you are able. Okay, so we'll move on to the next person. The next person that has raised their hand is Gail Hudson. Please feel free to take the floor. Okay. No, maybe Joan, because these hands were raised. Maybe it was by accident. Okay, if no, I would continue to one question I think for me is very interesting, and that I think applies to the panelists, and that is if they will transition to Lionism, and if yes, why, and if not, why not? So please share with us. Okay, sorry, I see Gail had unmuted. Would you still like to take the floor, Gail?
No, it's all an error. Sorry about that.
Okay, great. Then the question applies to the panelists. Are you transitioning to Lionism in the future? And if yes, why? If not, why not? I see Donique is smiling. Maybe you could share with us.
I would like to take a shot at it. For me, in particular, maybe because I came from a background of always helping people, I wanted to continue to carry on in that nature. There are some people really and truly who like to take advantages of the ones who can't afford, who can't help themselves. And it's sad to see that there are people who take advantage of it. And when I say we, I mean Lions and Leos, we are in a position where we can help people. And if as a Leo, you think that, all right, I've reached the age, I've had enough, I don't want to carry on anymore. Honestly, there are still avenues and venues for you to further yourself into becoming a lion, not just for the fact that it may look good on a resume, but you can continue to help people, even help your own lions. There may be members who may be ill. Some of them you could even adopt like a grandparent, because in my club in particular, there are lots of older members. And they are so supportive that, you know, sometimes you could go and you see them with their grandchildren and you just mimic them and you say, hi, grandpa or hi, granny. And you have that family bonding. So it's like extending your family at the same time, going over to becoming a lion. You get exposed to so many different things, so many different avenues. For me, I will encourage any Leo to do it. I have actually encouraged many, and not just that, majority of the Leos, when I was a Leo, they became lions. And they became lions so much that they invited friends, they invited their parents to join Lionism. So it helps not just us as individuals, but it could help grow the community of Lionism on the whole. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Is there any Leo that would like to take the question?
Yeah, if I would like to participate.
Okay, Leo down.
So I'm 28. I'm very close to the time to actually make that decision. And I've actually thought about it. And for me, I would definitely transition over to Lions to continue participating and continue serving the person, just because I had that foundation. I started very young. So I think because of the spirit and the engagement that we will have, I would want to go and continue serving at a higher level and at a wider scope. So that's, for me, that's the reason why I would want to continue serving as a lion.
Okay, thank you very much. So the main takeaways of this session, I would first of all like to thank all the panel members, of course, for being part of this interactive discussion, and to share their views, their opinion of how to keep Leoism alive. We started with engaging and empowering Leos, and also through various activities, and the importance of membership growth, of engaging Leos at a younger age, and how that can become their primary organization, and that will help more with keeping them within the Leo clubs, but also being more connected. The importance of mentorship with former Leos, how important that is, to really have that intergenerational bond, but also the support, and how it's important to hold Lions Club accountable for their Leos, and to really ensure that Leos are being heard and giving them that platform as well. Aside from that, we also touch based on more exposure for Leoism, how important that is. I do see, on social media that there is more exposure. We're living in the digital age, and we're all connected through Zoom. That can be, it's positive. We're all in this, we're all together. We can join virtually from home, but there are also other people that do not have internet connection, and that's also something to look into, the barriers that it has, because Leo Clips also is very community based, and it would bring together everyone. Even if you did not have a laptop, you could connect within your community with other young people. But the exposure I see on social media, I see that almost all Leo clubs, not only in Suriname but across the region, have a social media page, and that's important because a lot of people, especially young people, do use social media, and that can help with the exposure as well. But also going to primary schools and really connecting with people and sharing the experience that you have as a Leo is very important to bring in more members. But of course, to have the positive experience, we need to create a Leo club where every person has the opportunity for development, but also feels that they are very valuable to the team. And we ended the topic with Leo Donique, and she talked about connecting us and gave really great solutions on connecting, not only in country but across the region. And I think that's amazing. I love regional spaces. We can really learn from each other, learn what we're doing in other countries, and implement that in our own country. I want to end the discussion with the importance of intergenerational partnerships. I believe that's very important, because young people, as we know, we have more young people in the world than ever before. Young people are key to achieving the sustainable development goals. You are very important and you are very valuable. Young people have innovative ideas. They bring something new to the table. But it is important to connect with older generations because they have a lot of experience. But aside from that, they often are in positions, in country would say they are the people that are in power, or they are the people in office, or the decision makers. But as we know, young people need a seat at the table. And within the Lion Club, I think there's a lot of experience there on, how to leverage funding, an example, on how to write your projects more strategically, how to tackle issues that have been there before. So it is definitely important to bring those two groups together and having that mentorship as a Leo. And at the same time, the Lions, just reiterating the importance of Leos and really giving them that platform to voice out their opinions and their new innovative ideas, and also give them an opportunity to thrive. I will now hand it over to Lion Shifani. I was your moderator for this event, and I want to thank you very much for the opportunity. It was a great honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. I would say Leo Michelle, your former Leo. Thank you, Michelle, for joining us. Thank you all Leos and Lions in the panel. It was a great discussion. We had this idea as a multiple district Leo team to do the discussion, because usually when we have the face-to-face conferences, the face-to-face forum, we usually end up in a discussion. It doesn't start as a discussion, it starts with presentations, but it usually ends up as a discussion, and then we don't have sufficient time to really go into that discussion. So that's why we thought, let's start it this time with the discussion of how do we ensure that Leoism stays alive within the multiple district. And we have different ideas, we have different strategies. We have strategies coming from males and females. We have strategies coming from Omega Leos. We have strategies coming from Alpha Leos. We have strategies coming from Lions who transitioned from Leos. So there's a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge. And I hope that from the discussions, the Lions and the Leos who are in attendance, we got something from these discussions, and then we could further go home and further do analysis of these strategies and see what works within our clubs, within our regions, within our zones. So thank you again, panelists and moderator. But we're not done for today. We're just ending the first part of our Leo Forum, our virtual Leo Forum. The next part would be our Leo to Lion program. For our Leo to Lion program, which is new for this fiscal year, that we have also had it for the last fiscal year, but it's really coming about and being implemented within this fiscal year, and we're hearing more about it. So we've asked Roxanne Steck, a young Lions specialist at Lions Club International, to have a talk with us, a presentation about the Leo to Lion program. And as we spoke about, this presentation will give us more information regarding the program eligibility, the benefits, and appealing clubs options to support the way you want to serve. Of course, this presentation will not only be aimed at the Leos, but it's also aimed at the Lions. Of course, we have a lot of Omega Leos within our multiple district, and I do think that it would be good to know which options we have to make that transition to Lionism easier. A short introduction of Roxanne Steck. As I already stated, she is a young Lions specialist at Lions Clubs International. She manages the Leo Lion program, Campus Lions Club program, student membership, and Young Lions engagement initiatives. Prior to joining the Young Lions and Leo department 2 years ago, Roxanne was part of the Global Action Team, working as the Global Membership Specialist for Constitutional Areas 1, 2, and 7. I would now like Roxanne to share her screen And then all the fellow Leos and Lions in attendance, I ask you to listen closely to what Roxanne will tell us. And of course, if there are any questions, I will also send those questions to Roxanne for answering. Roxanne, you can share your screen. I will stop sharing mine.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Shafani, for the introduction. And actually, before I start sharing my screen, which is, basically a formal presentation about the Leo Lion program, I want to thank you for the invitation. It's quite an honor to be able to participate, and thank you for timing this so that I can also be here and listen to the panel discussion, which just to share with everyone, I sent Leo Lion Shafani a quick note on the phone just to tell her that this discussion is absolutely brilliant, and I really appreciate all of the participation. So so many points were discussed that is exactly applicable not only to the Leo Lion program, but overall, that Leo to Leo Lion movement. In my department, as I work very closely with the Leo program specialist, Melissa Nadeau, and our entire team. And, the idea of moving to becoming a Lion is really based on your experience as a Leo. So it is extremely important that your experience as a Leo and the experience that Lions provide Leos is positive, is highly engaged. And yes, it is important, within Lions clubs independently, and engaging as Leos and Lions programs together, that there is this intergenerational, multi-generational relationship. And I believe that, I believe it was Lion Falana who brought up the word family. And this is a word that I use all the time in talking to Leos and Lions alike, that our organization is global. It's huge, but it's a family. We have, obviously our Leos that start at age 12 all the way up to age 30, and Lions of all ages. And the thing that makes a family strong is the fact that it is multi-generational, and that you do have the wisdom of senior members of that family. And you have the innovation and the fresh ideas of younger people. So as I discuss the Leo Lion program, I want to let you know that the Leo Lion program is available to Leos. And again, it is age of majority, as we say legally, age of majority through age 35. So for Leos, that means, at least in CA1, it will be ages 18 through 30. You have that option as an Alpha Leo to go directly into being an Omega Leo. Or if you so choose, you may then become a Leo Lion. Again, anywhere from, from ages 18 to 30 in that Leo age group. So really it is when you're ready. It's a very personal decision for everybody. It's going to be different. So, we have Leo Lions right now as young as 18 and as old as 35. It is really a personal decision. So I'm going to share my screen, and just bear with me for a couple of seconds here. I want to make sure that I am indeed sharing the proper screen. So let me just make sure here. All right, is everyone just seeing the Leo Lion program? It's just a blue screen here. Shafani, is that what we're seeing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Okay, so thank you. I'm going to try to organize this. I have a couple of screens open, so I appreciate your assistance in this. And let me just see if I can get my program to begin. And let's see here. Okay, and I believe now you should see my first slide of what is the Leo Lion program. Is this correct? Shafani,
Yes, it is.
Oh, perfect, thank you. Okay. So this is something that I just talked about in my introduction. So the Leo Lion membership program is exclusively for our Leo members. Again, it's ready. It's for Leos who are ready to become Leo Lions, ready to become members. This membership type, again, there's a lot of misconceptions out in the field, and unfortunately, I think it's because of the name. But many people in the field think that it's a type of Leo, or it's a junior Lion program, or some even think it's part of the Leo Lion, or part of the Leo program, pardon me, because the name Leo Lion. But indeed, it's not. It is a membership type of the Lions membership program. So our members are indeed Lions with all the rights and privileges of any other Lion, voting, everything. You are a Lion with that membership type. And actually, Leo Lions go back a long way. The Leo Lion program was first started in 2006. And I like to kind of make the comparison of this program is, kind of being in the grocery store on the bottom shelf, way in the back, collecting dust. Not too many people knew about it. And so when I transitioned from the global membership team over here now to the Young Lions and Leos department, I was tasked with working on many clubs, as Shafania mentioned, many different programs, and one of it being the Leo Lion program. So back in January, we introduced the new enhancements of this program. And we introduced many benefits. And we also increased the age limit, where it used to be maximum Leo Lions, the age limit was 30, and it went to then age 35. Let me just see if I can get my screen to advance, and it's not wanting to cooperate too much today. There we go. So again, it's a former Leo who, and it's not just any Leo, you must have served as a Leo for a year and a day. So anytime over a year, and again, between ages 18 to 35. Pardon me. Okay, so benefits. As I mentioned back in January, we improved the program with many benefits. The benefits that we decided were probably best for this program were not just benefits that we thought of and we kind of put together based on any type of curated information over the years. I mean, yes and no, but more specifically, what we did is we conducted several types of surveys across the globe in every CA. And we surveyed Leos and we surveyed Lions, but the surveys that went out to Leos, Alpha and Omega both, we asked very pointed questions of the different things that you're interested in. Any types of engagement, types of development, leadership development, things that would help you not only as a Leo, but also overall. So we came up with the benefits, as I like to say, the Leos basically came up with the benefits and telling us what is so important to them. And these benefits are the ones that already existed was 50% discount on international dues, entrance and charter fee waiver, credit for years of service as a Leo. So if you served as a Leo for 10 years, when you become a Lion, those years of service will be added to your Lion record and then will be available to you to show and respect all of the years of service that you also served as a Leo, and are then open up to those service awards. You also have the opportunity to serve in any type of club that you are invited to or you decide to charter, and one of them being a Leo Lion club. You're also eligible to serve as a Leo Lion board liaison. I'll get a little bit into that in a moment. And whoops, And for some reason, it decided to already advance. So excuse me one moment. Pardon me. So again, besides the Leo Lion Board Liaison Program, and we also have the Leo Lion membership name. And as I said earlier, that can be problematic because it has the word Leo in it, but we really decided to stick with that name, even with all the benefit enhancements, because we feel that the Leo program is so important. And Leos bring so much to our family. We wanted to respect the service and we wanted to celebrate Leoism. So we decided that the Leo Lion membership name actually is perfect. We just, it's going to be a bit of an educational process as we push out this program that it didn't really have a lot of exposure before. But indeed, the Leo Lion membership name and program is picking up speed across the globe. The new benefits, and this came down from the surveys, we have 2 scholarship opportunities for Leo Lions. One of them is Leo Lion Cultural Exchange Ambassador Scholarship Opportunity. It's a reimbursement program, essentially, as well as the Advanced Lions Leadership, or ALLI, Leo Lion Scholarship Opportunity. And we also have a private LinkedIn professional networking group. So again, I'll get a little bit more into these as the presentation moves along. And we just started shipping out all of our exclusive Leo Lion membership pins as of August. So as you can see, we added several things to the program. All right, as I said earlier, we also have one of the benefits, which is that of the Leo Lion Board Liaison. This year, for our Leo Lion Board Liaisons, we have Ayush Bagala from Kolkata, India, and Juan Manuel Caceres, who also actually likes to be called Pocho, and from Fray Bentos, Uruguay. And both of them will be serving a year, and they were appointed by our current international president. So this all started back in July 2018, when then international president Gudrun appointed 2 of our first Leo Lion Board Liaisons. And then last year was obviously the 2nd year, and now we're moving into our 3rd year. So this is, again, it's an appointment process by the president. But I do have many Leo Lions ask, well, how can I be a Leo Lion Board Liaison? And really what it comes down to is awareness, making sure that as Leos, starting as early as Leos and as young lions, that you are participating on an international level. So, as a lion, please, be as active and interactive as possible. And during the discussion, I did hear a lot about, having that interaction and lions inviting our Leos and our young lions to participate in meetings. And this is essential. It's also very important that as much as we're kind of inundated by emails and social media, if you see something from headquarters, whether it's a survey or an email or whatever, please, participate in that. And basically get your name out there. I mean, that's the way to do it. So international presidents every year, do choose based on their own criteria, their own decision. Last year, we did have a program where we had on our Leo Lion program page, it was, you could send in information to express your interest. But that was something particular that IP Choi had requested us to do, to assist him in choosing the Leo Lion Board Liaisons. This is not something that, may be something that our next president chooses. So, again, it's not something done by headquarters. It is all done by the president. But again, I encourage all of you to, participate as much as you can anytime there are meetings and opportunities. And definitely, reach out to staff. My whole department, it's all about young people, right? It's the Leo program, it's the Young Lion program. And we welcome so much the opportunity to speak with you and to interact and work with you. So again, I invite you to do so. Moving on from the Leoline Board Liaison Program, I want to talk a little bit about the scholarship opportunities, and with the caveat, I know we're trying to avoid talking about COVID, but unfortunately it is a reality. And the scholarship programs right now, the Leoline Cultural Exchange Ambassador Program and the Advanced Lions Leadership Scholarship Program, have been unfortunately affected by COVID because they both require travel. And with, the different restrictions depending on anywhere you are in the world and travel restrictions, it's all, basically impacted it. But let me at least tell you a little bit about it. So the Leoline Cultural Exchange Ambassador Scholarship provides an opportunity for a Leoline from each constitutional area to attend a forum outside of their own constitutional area and participate in a forum, the forum and a forum sponsored service project. It basically will subsidize eligible travel and meal and lodging expenses and reimburses participants to, a little over $2,600. So it's a great opportunity. And there goes my screen again. I apologize here. It's a great opportunity for you to basically connect across the globe. And that's the reason why the scholarship opportunity was created. I believe so strongly, as all of you discussed today, in networking. And, I know we kind of hear that word a lot, professional networking and how do you be successful in networking? But to me, it's just making connections. And it is making connections across the globe in this large global family that we have. So hopefully soon we'll all be able to see each other in person and participate and travel and kind of get back to that normalcy that we enjoy. Currently, the Leoline Cultural Ambassador Scholarship is on hold. But, what's so great about it is that, if from your area, you may decide that you want to go to CA5 or CA6, CA2, you can apply for that. Tell me what CA you'd most like to go to, and based on the criteria of your interests and your availability to engage, you may have that opportunity to be chosen as one of our ambassadors to learn not only about somebody else's culture and ways to serve, but then also to share your culture and different service ideas. So again, hopefully sometime next year we'll have this available for all of you to send in your applications. The other is the Advanced Lions Leadership Institute. And as of last week, I do have updates that leaders are working on, trying to still have the Advanced Lions Leadership Institutes available. I don't have anything that I can share with you at this time, but again, it's really kind of up to COVID situations in everyone's country and travel restrictions. But essentially, ALLI is Advanced Lions Leadership Institute. It is an amazing leadership learning program that is given in person in all the constitutional areas. So again, this scholarship is a reimbursement scholarship, and it will, again, reimburse for applicable expenses. And believe, as I'm trying to look at my notes, the reimbursement is a little over $1,300, again, for travel and expenses not covered by the ALLI program, because when you do apply for that ALLI program, and this scholarship, you have to do both. You have to apply for our scholarship through the Leoline program and through the ALLI Institute. But they already cover like meals and hotel, because when you go there, that's all covered. You're staying together. Now, again, I'm speaking based on what ALLI was traditionally before COVID. So I hope to be getting more information out. We'll put that on the website, we'll send it out and promote that and let you all know about the availability of the different locations and days and times, and hopefully I'll see some applications from some of our Leo Lions that are joining with us today. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, we have a professional networking on LinkedIn. So again, this is something initiated to just help us all kind of stay together and network for professional development, share leadership ideas, share service ideas, share professional ideas. It really just is an open forum for everyone to connect and speak. And for our Lions that are listening with us today, this is also a place where if you reach out to me or you reach out to our Global Action Team, let us know that if you have certain like leadership trainings in the area or something that you think would be really interesting for our Leo Lions, and we'll post it here on our LinkedIn site. And on to something I'm very proud of, which is our new membership pin. This again was part of our new benefits, but we were able to finally start distributing in August. So it is exclusively, it's a benefit of the Leo Lion program. So only Leo Lions are supposed to be wearing this. It's not a trading pin. It's not designated for trading. And we just recently sent out some social media, which we call pin it and post it. So as a Leo Lion, when you receive your pin, please, take a picture of yourself wearing it and post it on social media and tell everyone how you enjoy serving as a proud Leo Lion. This may look a little familiar because we have our hashtag Proud Leo. And now as a Leo Lion, we have Proud Leo Lion. Now for new members, when you join and when your club enters you as a Leo Lion in our MyLCI system, you will be shipped a pin the following month. So we're in November. All of our new Leo Lions as of October, they were shipped a pin just this month in November. And that's how it'll continue every month. So really excited to share these pins and see people wearing them. Okay, so as I told you earlier, one of the benefits of being a Leo Lion is the opportunity to join a Leo Lion club. And excuse me 1 second, a little bit more technical problems than I anticipated. Here we go. So for Leo Lion clubs, again, you can join a traditional club, you can join any club, but the Leo Lion clubs are great because it's a way to, connect with other former Leos, with connecting with all younger Lions as you so choose to invite. And I think it also offers the opportunity to build Leo Lion and Young Lion communities within our multiple districts and districts. A couple of things that you need to know for Leo Lion clubs is that you need to start that club with at least 10 former Leos. Of course, all Lion clubs need to charter with a minimum of 20 people. So at least 10 of those people need to be former Leos. Let's see what else. So for this, there's a really kind of a great benefit here. So as a Leo Lion, you're getting all these benefits. But if you decide to invite someone who never served as a Leo and they are through age 30, they can join under a special membership type called the Young Adult Membership type. And this is only for Leo Lion clubs. It doesn't apply to any other club except the Leo Lion club. But with that, you're able to offer your friends the same discount. So half dues and no entrance fee. So the next one that I want to talk about are our campus Lions clubs. So, I think during the conversation, you all were talking about the different types of Leo clubs. And yes, school-based and community-based. And I think what's so great about about Campus Lions Clubs, it makes that connection, that school connection. So if you're serving in a school-based club, it makes it easy for you to continue serving in a school-based club when you decide to go off to university. You can join or charter a Campus Lions Club. So, the Campus Lions Club program offers just, I think, a lot of different options here. The campus club itself can be affiliated directly with a school. As you see, I have a picture here of MSU Campus Club. And so they are approved through their campus. They are approved student activity club, and then are able to use the MSU name and any other benefits that the university may offer those approved student clubs. But we also have campus clubs where in some areas, at least in my neighborhood, I have two private colleges actually, and university and junior college. And students from each of those schools can get together and form their own campus club, if you will. It's more like a student specialty club. But again, this is something that you kind of think about where your friends are, who you want to keep serving with. But with Leo Lion clubs, again, Leo Lion clubs in itself offer the opportunity, let's say if you have several members kind of transitioning to membership at one time, it's nice because you can all stay in that club. But as all of you know, when you go off to university, you kind of get spread out across the country, across the globe, but you still are able to maintain that Lions family connection. So I think it's just a great opportunity as another club option for everybody. With that, I want to talk a little bit more about other club options. And this, I think, is something that hopefully you'll find interesting. Two great options are club branches. A club branch can be started with as little as 5 members. And it is part of a parent club. So any Lions club can form a club branch. But what this gives the opportunity for is, say you want to join your sponsoring Lions club, which is always a great idea. But you still, kind of want to maintain that autonomy of service that you are, interested in, and, again, be a bit autonomous. You're part of the sponsoring Lions Club, but you're able to form your own, let's say, Leo Lion or former, young Lion, kind of a young Lion community within that branch. So again, keep this in mind, because I know sometimes as we try to, to work together and to collaborate, it's still kind of nice to have your own space. So a club branch is a great option. And also specialty clubs. Specialty clubs has become very, very popular within our Lions community. And I know our current international president, Choi, is a big fan of specialty clubs. Any club can be a specialty club. A specialty club connects members under a similar service cause or culture, life stage, any kind of partnership that you may share. Maybe it's even a sport or hobby. So you can have a campus club that specializes in a certain type of service, as you can as well for a Leo Lion Club or any kind of Lions Club. So I don't want to overwhelm people with options, because sometimes that happens when you have too much to choose from. I think really what the takeaway here is that, options are there for you to make the club, choose the club that is perfect for you. And, invite you anytime you have any questions about these clubs for young adults, please reach out to me. And also, reach out to your global action team leaders. They are eager to help you at all times. I just think it's a partnership, right, between our global action team, our leaders in the field, our Leo leaders, and of course, staff at headquarters. So let me talk very quickly about transitioning to Leo Lion. It's really a process that, can be easy. Some people are a bit intimidated by it, but it really just comes down to making sure that the right information is in our records properly. So we have a system called MyLCI, and there's really easy steps to follow. So I'm speaking again to Leos and Lions alike. For both of you, for any Leo that's ready to join and become a Leo Lion, of course, you have to have served for over a year. Make sure you're between legal age of majority and 35, and then decide what club type works best for you. As I said earlier, Lions, Leo Lion, campus, club branches, specialty, just, make that, start thinking about those choices and start thinking about them early. It's always good, and I encourage all Leo Club advisors to start talking to Leos about this early on. I mean, you don't wait until senior year to think about what university you want to go to. You're usually planning very early. And so it just helps the process if you can start thinking about it earlier. And then Leos, reach out to those to your Leo Club advisor. And, we also have your other Leo Lion friends that you may know of, and area leaders. And pardon me, because there goes my screen again. And also your Leo advisory panelists. These volunteers, these panelists are extremely important to Leos and Lions alike. So, during the discussion, you all were talking about, wanting to have more integration in not just serving, but during meetings and communication. This is where the Leo Club advisors and the Leo advisory panelists come into play. These are your go-to people, your go-to Lions and Leos alike, because we have Leos and Lions serving on the panel from each constitutional area. We have 2 Leos and 2 Lions from each constitutional area serving on this panel. And these are your go-to people. So please take advantage of that. I will again be connecting with Leo Lion Shafani after the presentation and after this event today, and making sure that she has all the contact information that all of you need so that she can pass that on to you. So the key is we just want to make sure that we're here for you. Headquarters staff is extremely eager to always make sure that we're connecting with you and we're providing all the information that you need, Leo and Lion alike. We do have a form in Lions out there. You may have heard of it. It's called the Leos Lion Certification Form, or LL2. I found this to be in some ways very cumbersome, and based on board policy, it was never really a requirement. But you can have your Leos, fill it out. It's a great template. But the board of directors have decided that it's not something that has to be turned into headquarters. It's not a requirement, but it is a great template. And this is where you're going to collect and verify like age and Leo service and put all that information there. And I have been meeting with our IT department and our member service center weekly as they are working to make updates to MyLCI and make the fields in MyLCI more compatible with the information that we need for the transition. So again, if you need any assistance with that transition, Lions, in putting new Leo Lions in the system, reach out to Member Service Center at lionsclubs.org. So this is just a screenshot that I took of MyLCI, and I think, without getting too much into the weeds here, the takeaways that I want to talk about, not just for Leo Lions, but any club and any membership type, is make sure under the membership there's a drop down to choose Leo Lion member. And also for club, if you're chartering a new club, use that drop down to choose Leo Lion Club, or again, Campus Lions Club, all of that. So it should be, again, very simple, but if you have any problems at all, Member Service Center, the people there work very hard and are very eager to assist you. So I just want to give you guys a quick sneak peek, but we have been working on a lot of new resources, and this is going to be a quick start guide. Marketing right now is working on making it a very attractive card for everybody. The front half is going to be for Leos, and the back half is going to be for Lions to help them assist, but it's going to be, just everything that I just kind of talked about in terms of the slide earlier, making sure that you have enough service years as a Leo, that you're of age, just a couple of quick steps as a reminder. And that should be coming out in the next couple of weeks. So the one thing I wanted to talk about, and this is why I thought your discussion was brilliant, is because we've been talking about this constantly at headquarters. And as a Young Lions specialist, this is under my purview of trying to connect senior Lions with young Lions. So everything that I'm speaking about, yes, I am giving a Leo Lion membership presentation right now, but this really applies for the Leo program as well. It's just in terms of, connecting and staying connected. So Leos, if you will allow me, I'm just going to speak directly to our Lion members right now. But I call upon you, my call to all of our Leo members is to express your expectations. If you want to be in a meeting, if you want to participate, in any way, you need to, make sure that you're communicating to your Lions. So with that, I'm sorry, I can see that my screen is kind of taking on a life of its own. But again, talking about resources, I have another resource coming out for under just our Young Lions umbrella. Young Lions, again, is really an age demographic, and it's a pretty big span. It goes anywhere from age of majority through age 40, and that's how it's kind of just an approximate age that we're using at headquarters for an age demographic. And obviously within that huge age range, there's going to be a lot of different perspectives on hand. But what we really want to talk about, again, is not just the fact of thinking about how do I, as a Lion, right, how do I attract young people? The question should be more introspective. It should be, is your club attractive to younger people? So I want to get down to the biggest issue, and that's service. And it's the first bullet point I have: focus on service. I think a lot of you kind of talked about this during the discussion, but offer leadership. Make sure that your club is offering a leadership pathway. Be flexible and open to new ideas, but allow young members to lead. And I realize that, many of our Lions have been leading for, 30 plus years, and we count on them. We count on that wisdom, but it's so important to, then have young people and give them the opportunity to, plan a service event or plan a meeting, speak at a meeting. And, for my campus clubs, we're finding out for campus clubs, our young Lion clubs, the reason that their meetings too are more successful is because they're usually an hour or shorter. They're not going over an hour. They're not serving meals. Yes, snacks, you got to have snacks. Those are always great. But, any kind of formal meals or get together, that is completely separate. And also because we serve, they're making service part of every single meeting. And, I know a lot of you out there are doing that already, and it's easy to do. You do something kind of small, whether it's writing a card or, packing food boxes or packing backpacks for children, but something that's super simple that you can do during that meeting time while you're meeting. But it is, again, it's super important. I know right now we're all kind of meeting virtually. But again, when we get back to what we're hoping will be that new normal, because all of us are so busy, and I can speak for myself, I have 2 children, and before we were all just stuck to our computers and working and taking on classes here at home, I don't know if I was home literally any evening. We were just constantly running between sports and music and events and things for school. Running. So in order to, attend a meeting, sometimes it will be very helpful to continue this virtual engagement. So if you hold meetings that are in person, allow your members to kind of conference in, have a screen there, and it just makes everything a lot easier for everybody. So again, this is going to be a resource that is with marketing right now. It has a lot of great ideas. I encourage you to take a look at it when that does come out. I encourage you again to call me if you have any questions at all and need a little bit more information. We're also offering membership awards for Lions that support our Leo to Lion transition. Again, I think it's really important that that I impart that the Leo Lion program, again, is not something that we are necessarily like forcing. You know, we're not saying like, let's push Leos to become members. Our Leos are so important to our organization, alphas, omegas alike. And again, it's just a way to keep our Leos in the family, because right now the percentage of our Leos that are transitioning to Lions membership is very, very low. That percentage is very low. Last few years, it's been hovering right around 8%, not a lot. So we want to at least, you know, support Lions efforts in helping our Leos to transition. This is also something that you can look at on our Leo Lion webpage at our lionsclubs.org. You can even just put it in the search engine. You can just put Leo Lion and you can find the webpage through there. But there are 2 awards, one for membership and one for clubs. So for membership awards, club advisors, 5 Leo Lions, if you can help transition them. And if you happen to be a Leo club advisor of 2 clubs, it can come from any of those clubs. It doesn't have to be 5 from one club. Pardon me here. District Leo Share people, 15 new Lions from any clubs in your district, and multiple district, 30 Leo Lions from any of your districts. So these are awards that are given out annually, and it's based on the records that we have at the end of each fiscal year. And now for the club charter awards, I know I have it parsed out, but it's essentially all the same for Lion clubs who sponsor a new Leo Lion club, pardon me, district governors, district Leo chairpersons, and multiple district Leo chairpersons facilitate at least one new Leo Lion club. So all of our Leo club advisors are very aware of these awards. And again, you can reach out to me, or you can reach out to the Leo club advisory panelists. I also want to bring to your attention something that our marketing team put together, and that is our new virtual event center. We started this with COVID, and it's a place where you can go to see upcoming virtual events, webinars, meetups, and there's also a library that you can kind of go through, you know, and see which ones were held in the past and listen to the recordings of past engagements. So this is lionsclubs.org at Virtual Events Center. And with that, you know, thank you for your time. I think the one thing again that I want to say here, there's 2 ways to get in touch with me. All the roads of these 2 emails that you see lead to me, and that is membership@lionsclubs.org, or directly to me, roxanne.steck@lionsclubs.org. This is a picture, and it's bittersweet because it's from our last in-person convention in Milan, and I had just such a fun time, and brought T-shirts to all our Leo Lions as we marched in the front, one of the first groups in the parade through the center of Milan. So hopefully we'll be together soon. Hopefully I'll see a lot of you at convention. And I again encourage you, with the great information that you shared with the panel discussion, please, you know, the call to action after this event is going to be essential, because everything that you talked about is everything that we're working on so hard at headquarters, and you know, we're here to support you. So thank you for your time. Thank you for, again, the honor of this invitation to participate here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Roxanne. Before we close off this part, I do have a question from the Q&A.
Mm-hmm.
Lion Fernell. What would be the ages for the Leo Lion Club at a university? It sounds interesting since they can transition from within.
Yeah. So, okay, so I want to make sure I'm not going to confuse the situation. So in order to become a Lion member, you have to be age of majority. And a Lion member, age of majority through 100, 200, whatever you're blessed with in age. When you join a campus Lions Club, that is a club that's put together again for people who want to serve their school community and the communities around them. In terms of benefits, the membership type that you'll join under is either going to be, well, it should be Leo Lion because that's where you get the most benefits. But, when you join that club, there's going to be students who never even heard of Lions and never served as Leos up until the point of chartering or joining a campus Lions Club. And again, the benefit for them, they're going to join under the membership type of student member. Student members, the benefits for them are half international dues and fee waivers, and that goes through age 30 for the student membership. Again, Leo Lions, that goes through age 35. So you can join a campus Lions Club under that membership type of Leo Lions and get the same discount that students get and everything else I just talked about here today. Did that answer the question clearly?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for answering the questions.
Perfect.
Also, thank you for a very detailed presentation. We have about 4 minutes left. So before we leave you all with this forum, I do have one more message from our from the USA Canada Leo Leadership Forum. And I have a message. I'm sorry, I think you're not hearing the video. I think we're having some technical difficulties. But that was a short video from Leo Fabian. He's from Jamaica and he's the MD60 Leo representative on the Leo Advisory Council at the USA Canada Leo Leadership Foundation. I will send this information through the district Leo chairpersons just to know more about the Leo Leadership Foundation and what is planned for 2021. The foundation, the forum is going to Canada, Calgary, Canada in 2021. And there is more information and of course, a lot of leadership opportunities for our Leos from MD60, of course. We will end this meeting. It's almost 4 o'clock for Suriname, where I'm at. I will thank all the participants. I would like to thank the panelists. We had Leo Elizabeth, Lion Falana, and Leo Odell from District 60A. We had Leo Akil, Leo Donique. We also had Lion Paula and Leo L'Oreal from District 60B joining us in the panel. We had Michelle Belfar, who was the moderator for the panel. We just closed off our last presentation from Roxanne Steck, she spoke about the eagerness, and I really experienced the eagerness to talk to you all today about the Leo Lion program. And of course, I would also like to thank all the participating Lions and Leos virtually. We can't be together this year, but hopefully next year we will meet each other in one of our beautiful islands in the Caribbean. Before I close off, I have one more person to thank, or one more team to thank. It's last but certainly not least, I would like to thank Lion Wendy and her IT team, who are really working around the clock to make everything possible in regards to the mid-year conference. And I know I have been communicating a lot with her these days, but thank you for everything that you do. And thank you for giving us the opportunity to do this Leo Forum. Well, fellow Leos Alliance, I wish you a good afternoon, and I would invite you to join all the other sessions that we will be having for the rest of today and tomorrow. Thank you.